Hey everyone, in this initial review I'll be unboxing the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 and I'll be showing you some cases and some benchmarks. Okay, so we'll open the box up and let's have a look at what's inside. So straight away they're already advertising what the phone can do, multitasking, take immersion to the next level. There is the Samsung Smart Switch app which you can use to transfer all your data from one of your old phones to this new one. Let's get rid of this paper. Let's have a look inside. And the Fold 4 box is inside this box. Okay, let's put this to the side. Okay, let's have a look. It's a very slim box and there are two stickers. Yeah, there are two stickers holding the phone box together. So let's just cut those. And there we have it. A little envelope, paper envelope has fallen out of the top box. So inside here, I'm guessing is a quick start guide and yeah, type C USB cable, and there's a SIM card pin. So we'll put that to the side and open the phone. So take the cover off the phone, just peel that back. Being careful not to drop the phone. Okay, and there it is, the screen unfolded. It's quite large. It's quite sturdy and it closes quite well. I'm just going to see if we can power it on with the fingerprint reader, which is a really nice feature. I'll speed it up so that you don't have to wait too long to see it. You can see just the standard sort of settings when you get a new Samsung phone. Connected to Wi-Fi, it reboots. Okay, I'm going to be stopping it here because there is some information regarding the screen and the phone itself and how to take care of it. So I'll leave that up on the screen for a moment so you can see that it has quite a few notes on taking care of the phone. Some of these things you kind of know already based on the reviews that other people have written, but it's it's very good to follow these instructions and make sure that there's nothing that could damage the phone. As you can see, there is also a crease in the middle. It is visible in more reflective scenes, so if the phone is dark, you can see the crease. On brighter screens, it doesn't really show much. It's very hard to see, but it's quite good. The screen's very bright. It's sharp. It's just a larger phone with a larger screen. It responds well. It's pretty fast. Um, it does feel a bit weird closing and opening a phone like this. I keep worrying about the screen and it getting damaged for some reason. Just not used to it, I guess. The front screen is just like a normal phone. It's a little slimmer than I'm used to. I think it'd be nice if it was a bit wider, but the phone feels solid in the hand, um, and very responsive. So I'm just going to try the camera, see how well that responds, and it looks pretty good. This phone has stereo speakers, which are quite good, and I'm just trying to get the reflections to show the crease in the middle. It does show more on darker backgrounds. On the lighter backgrounds, it's harder to see, and sometimes you kind of forget it's there when you're using the phone. Just seeing what it's like folding and opening the phone. It's not too bad. And putting the phone in one hand, the enclosing it's not that easy, so you're better off using both hands. Well, that's the unboxing done on the Galaxy Z Fold 4. The phone itself, I'm quite impressed with. I really like the feel of it. I think it's built quite well. The screen is really nice, and I'm going to give a bit more information at the end of this video about the phone and why I bought it. So I'm going to get the case that I bought for this phone. I bought this from Amazon. It's designed by a company named Fewdew. It was about £31. It has a glass screen protection with the case, and it also has a cover for the hinge. I thought this was really good for the price. I really wanted to get the hinge or the back of the phone covered, so it's covered all over. So just in case it did drop, the phone was protected. So let's fit this case onto the phone. It clips on quite nicely. With such an expensive phone, you want to make sure that the phone is protected all over. And this case, I didn't see any reviews on it, but I bought it and I'm hoping it covers it quite well. And looking at it at the moment, it's quite good. It clips on very nicely. The hinge does not cause any issues when opening and closing the phone. So also the hinge protection, it looks quite nice. Needs a bit of a clean on the screen, but this hinge just springs open and closes. And at the back there you can see some Velcro. That Velcro allows the S Pen holder to attach to it. The case also has a stand. It's not a very strong stand. It's a very simple one. So you got to be careful when using it that you don't drop the phone while it's open, because I reckon it will just pop off and maybe even break. But other than that, the case is quite good. Here's the holder, and it's quite strong. It's really stuck on there. Let's pull that off. It is flexible, so it won't break. I've got the Note package that Samsung sent with the phone. Well, it came a couple of weeks after. Well, it came a week after or so. I'm just going to unbox this and compare it with the case that I've bought. I actually thought this was going to arrive a month later, but Samsung did a good job and sent it in a couple of weeks. Let's try to just take this out. There's the case, and here is the pen. Some instructions and the charger. So let's have a look at the charger first. I'm going to try and zoom in on this so you can see it is a UK charger, being in the UK. So let's see if we can get this focused. Got 5 volts, 3 amps, 15 watts, and I think 25, and the USB Type-C connection. And here is the S Pen. Well, I need to cut that open, and let's see what's in here. Okay, so yeah, this is the fold edition. So this S Pen is specifically designed to be used on the Fold 4, and they've given extra nibs and I don't know what you call that, a nib remover tool. We'll look at that in a bit. The case at the back has a kickstand, and this attachment would go into the case. Not sure how. Let's open that up. Okay, so the top doesn't open up, it's just the bottom. And there's the S Pen. It's pretty much similar to the other S Pens you get, but except for the nib is rounded, so it doesn't damage the screen. Let's compare it. I just thought I'd compare it with the Note 20 Ultra S Pen and S Pen for Tab S8 Ultra, and we can just have a look at the tips of the pen and the sizes. So the regular S Pens, they've got a more, I think, a more sharper. Try and get this focused. More sharper point to it, and the Fold edition you can see is rounded. I'm going to remove the case, the Fewdew case, and put on the Samsung case. See how that fits on here. So the Fewdew cover slides off, and the back, I think we'll just clip that off. Just trying to figure out a good hold to take the case off. Here's the Samsung case, and the back clips on quite nicely. The front also clips on reasonably well. The blue tabs that you're seeing there, the blue tabs that you're seeing there are um, need to be pulled off, and it reveals sort of a sticky pad that allows the case, the front of the frame of the case, to be stuck onto the phone. Um, and the stand is works in different directions, quite sturdy, quite a large stand, and it works well. But as you saw, that when you open and close the phone, the back of the phone, the hinge is exposed. So even though you do get cover, some protection, the back is definitely protected quite well. The front does not have a glass screen protection on it, and the hinge does not have a cover. So overall, between the two cases, I do prefer the Fewdew case. It's much better. Although on the Samsung, I do like the position of where the stand is, and I do like the position of if you replace that with the pen holder, that position is nice as well. And this Samsung case is fine. It's um, it's nice to get a case with the phone for free, um, but you have to remember that it's not fully protected. And here the case is side by side. So I'm going to put the Fewdew case back on, and we can have a look at the S Pen holder. Pen fits in quite nicely. And just stick it onto the phone, and it's on there very tight. It's not going to come off. Pen is easily removable. Kickstand on the Fewdew case feels pretty good. Does its job. And there we have it. So let's look at the Samsung case. I wanted to take this attachment off and put on the S Pen holder. This is how you do it. You just pull it off. It is firm to take to put it in and to pull it off. The S Pen, of course, fits well within here. I'm going to do a few benchmark tests so you can see what the phone is capable of, and what the scores it gets. I'll fast forward the testing and go straight to the results. There we have it, 1323 single core and 4072 for the multi-core score. Here are some comparisons. Of course, it's a new phone, flagship phone with the latest processor, and it's going to come up with a good score. So this phone is really capable. You won't have any major issues with it. Do a 3D Mark test. The test I'm going to do is the Wildlife Extreme test. I'll speed it up. Fantastic, and the score is 2823. I'm just going to do a PC Mark test as well, and I'll speed this up for you too. The score here is 14,029. The benchmark test that I'm doing, I usually do this to just compare maybe an older device or maybe a device that you have now, that you can see the difference between yours and a newer device. Sometimes you might think, is it worth me upgrading to a more capable device? Maybe the CPU you have now is just as good as you need, and do you need more? Do you find that what you're doing on your phone, you require more performance out of it? And if you do, you might be able to tell from just the scores that the newer device is worth upgrading to, or maybe it isn't. It's something that's worth taking into consideration, but definitely um, gives you a little bit of an indication. The best is to actually get the device and use it for what it is that you need to use the device for. But as you can see there, there's a bit more information on the storage, random read-write speeds, and I'm going to load the Asphalt 9 game. And in this game, just to show you the screen, the speed, and the playability on a bigger screen, and it is a lot better than just having it on a little phone. I haven't played this game before, believe it or not, but I thought it's worth a try. I'll just go through the instructions. The game is smooth, no issues here, no stuttering. Um, Games that will support this device and the screen size, they will look fantastic, and the colors look great. The only other scenario where I think this phone would really come into its own is when you're reading a Kindle book, and I just thought I'd load a book up just to show you what it's like. It's responsive, very fast. The text is clear, it's easier on the eyes, and you can zoom in and out, and it looks really crisp and clear. And I think this is one of the real good uses of this phone with the screen. Whether it's you can actually change the portrait to landscape. So in conclusion, my initial impressions on this phone is quite positive. I do like the large screen. I do feel that there are some issues as well. Nothing too major, but I do feel that the phone is not a finished product and is a work in progress. The things that I would like them to improve on is to add an integrated S Pen, make the screen a lot stronger so there's not a lot of warnings around the usage of the screen. It would be great if the screen was dust proof. It'd be nice if the phone was a bit slimmer so it's not as bulky, had a bigger battery, bigger front screen, much wider screen to read off. Sometimes you don't want to open the phone and you just want to quickly access something on the phone. Having a wider screen to read off and utilize would be really nice. A micro SD card slot would be good. I'm sure they can fit that into this phone. If they can apply these changes, then this phone would be almost perfect, I'd say, and it'd be really nice to have these changes applied to the phone. And one of the best features of the phone, obviously, is the screen, but the other one that I would say is really useful is the power button that has a fingerprint reader on it. I find that it's something that I really missed whenever I've bought a phone and they have the under screen fingerprint reader. I always put a cover over there, a glass screen protector, and usually it doesn't work properly after that. So I always have to use a pin or a different form of accessing the phone. And before it was really good. It was really good to have a fingerprint reader on the back of the phone or on the side of the phone. So having a power button with a fingerprint reader, I find it really useful to be able to just press the button and it unlocks, and it's very fast to unlock as well, which is great. Do I recommend this phone for other people? Like I said, it is a work in progress and it is much better than it was from when it first came out on the first fold. So yes, I think this phone, whether it's Fold 4 or maybe the next iteration of it, is definitely worth getting. Also, what helped in making a decision for me on this particular phone, Samsung gave a good discount on this phone, and that was one of the reasons I went for the phone. Otherwise, on the price that it's actually listed for, I wouldn't have got it. I'd wait till it got a bit cheaper. Um, and the fragility of the screen, to be honest, it does bother me a little bit. I think that I reckon Samsung will improve the strength of the screen. They've done it the last 2 years at least. They've improved on the screen strength. So I will upgrade the phone to the Fold 5 and let's see what Samsung can bring out on the next phone. The Fewdew case that I showed you that I really like is going to be in the description. It's an affiliate link, so if you want to use that, it will help the channel out a little bit. And this is the first video I've made adding my voice to the video. It's not as easy as I thought it would be, and I have a newfound respect to people who can do this and make it look easy. I hope the video was useful to you. Let me know if you want to know anything more about the device or would like to see a video on a particular feature or functionality on the device. And also let me know your thoughts about the Fold 4. Maybe you have one, maybe you're thinking of buying one, maybe you're thinking there's too many issues with this one, I don't know. It'd be nice to hear your experience and your thoughts about the device. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to see more videos, and thank you for your support.